deploy savings where they ought to be deployed in order to maximize returns for shareholders, but also to protect depositors' funds. And CABS has been doing that for the last 75 years. As an institution, it has also evolved. It has become more robust, much broader in terms of the product offering. They can go into detail and explain. So I'm pleased that they've played this role over these many decades. Since 1949, in this room, I don't think anyone was born in 1949 and before that, so all younger than CABS. And they've been doing that for the last 75 years, and this is commendable. We need strong institutions that can support development, can support investment, can support our citizens as they go about keeping their hard-earned savings. So really we want to congratulate CABS on this milestone, 75 years in existence and still going, and wish them an additional 75 years being a part of this economy, which is growing quite steadily at the moment. They are making their contribution, but also they've been supportive in making sure the economy stays connected with the global financial system by being able to attract credit lines from institutions such as the African Development Bank, African Bank, and other credit line supporters to the bank. So that keeps the economy plugged into the global economy. Apart from, of course, supporting the housing sector, which is their genesis. In fact, they were building society. Most people have forgotten what CABS stands for. Central Africa Building Society, if you've forgotten. So those are the roots. So they've been doing this for years, and they're still doing it. I was quite pleased to hear about the projects that they've been doing in the housing sector, low-cost housing sector, here in Harare, and also in Bulawayo, and into the other cities. So clearly their contribution into the sector, into the economy is robust, commendable, and appreciated. We've made progress on that front. When we introduced the ZIG, the new currency, Zimbabwe Gold, on the 5th of April this year, one of the measures that we took was that we had agreed with the banking sector that any deposits of $100 and below would not attract bank charges. As you know, before they were attracting bank charges, and they would run down over time, because of those bank charges. So we're making progress, and we're pleased that the banking sector has worked very closely with us as government, as policymakers, Treasury, and Reserve Bank in the main is in the forefront. And so we've made progress, and we're pleased with this progress. It's a journey, but also you must know that really we as a government, we don't like price controls, and therefore wouldn't want to rush to control, overly control bank charges. Is something that should arise out of the competitive spirit, the animal spirits of the industry, competing banks, making sure that then they attract the best customers and lowering transaction costs over time. That should be the spirit. But look, it's a journey. We've started, and that positive step on the $100 deposit has been made already. So I'm hopeful that over time these charges will come down and give relief to whoever out there is concerned. In 3 executive order from the White House was repealed a couple of months ago, basically, and that's a positive step. It is that sanctions order that prevented our banking sector from accessing credit lines easily. In fact, when it was imposed, we literally lost 80 to 100 credit lines overnight because of that order. Now that has been repealed, so that's positive. And so what we've done, I personally have made a direct appeal to the US Treasury, who administer our offering, as you know, and I've actually put it in writing that if they could assist us and issue an advisory note to the global banking community that indeed Zimbabwe is open for business, that the order has been lifted. So it is my hope that this will happen. We wanted something more explicit. And then in addition to that, we've been conducting, if we want to do more, hopefully next time it will be with CABS, to conduct global road shows, speaking to other banking institutions across the world in key centers near us here in South Africa, for example. Of course, there's London and New York, again selling the Zimbabwe story, and that they ought to do business with our banking sector. For a start, the development finance institutions have always shown confidence. That's why CABS is able to attract these credit lines from TDB Bank, African Bank, Afrexim Bank. So those banks have skin in the game in Zimbabwe, and why not other banks? Whoever they are, HSBC out there, or Goldman Sachs or other banks. Clearly, Zimbabwe is open for business. We'll be embarking on these series of road shows to make the global community aware. But that advisory note I referred to is also quite important for the global community to know that Zimbabwe is indeed open for business, and banking then relations with our banks here can be open between our banks and the global banks. ZIG is in two forms. It is not in short supply. What is in short supply is its cash version, but in electronic version it's available, and all of us have been using it through the mobile banking platforms. But it's true that when it comes to the availability of cash, we have as policymakers controlled the introduction of cash into the market, because we also want to make sure that we don't overly inject excess liquidity into the market. As you know, that the ZIG is a structured currency in the sense that we always have to make sure that we more than the currency in circulation, not coins and so forth, don't overtake the quantum of reserves, gold, US dollars and in kind, that are backing the currency. So that equation is critical. So as we inject cash, we take that equation into account, and we're not rushed into injecting too much cash. We've been injecting coins. We'll keep injecting more cash into the market, but there has to be a target, a strategy to make sure that the ZIG remains stable, and it is not, we discourage speculation on the currency. But it's available on the phone.